done. So.
And then how do they appeal their decision? Do they just go online and appeal it, or do they have to come to an attorney, or can they go to a CVSO?
So, you can appeal on your own. You can use a VSO. You can use an attorney. The two most common appeals that we see are the supplemental claim. That's the version where if I want to put in any new evidence, I have to use that option. In order to qualify to file a supplemental claim, I just have to have any new and relevant evidence. So something that supports my claim that is different than what I gave the VA before. So one of the things that I commonly see is when a vet files his or her claim, they fill out that 526. Sometimes they put like a little tiny sentence at the usually it's an attachment that says, I broke my ankle while I was playing football on active duty. My ankle still hurts, and that's the only thing that they put on their 526. So an easy example of how they might support that on an appeal is they can write out a statement that says, hey, here are the details of how I broke it. Here's when I broke it. Where here's the pain that I've been suffering from ever since, and by the way, I've been treated by my doctor in the civilian world these 15 times or whatever it is. Right? And I understand that not everybody may have all of those details, but the more facts that you can give, the more detail you can give, often the better, the better that you are. If you have civilian records that show treatment, that's better. That can be new and relevant evidence also. You can go get those records, attach them to a statement, send them in. If you don't have the capacity to get those records, all you have to do is write on your statement that I was treated at this hospital or by this doctor at this location, and the VA will try to go get them for you. They're not always successful, but it's an easy way to get some help with the system. So that's a supplemental claim. You can do that yourself through va.gov. You can go down to your VSO's office and they'll help you with it. You can go to any attorney that does this type of work, they can do it. The other common option is a request for higher level review, or we abbreviated HLR. What that type of appeal is it's telling the VA, hey, you made a mistake with that last decision, and I don't have any new evidence to give you, or you don't need any new evidence because it's all in the record. You need to have somebody with more experience take a look at this and reevaluate it. And so if you file that type of an appeal, it'll be taken away from that original rater. That original decision is gone, and they'll give it to somebody who's called a decision review officer, or we call them a DRO. They work out of the DC office, the Washington office, or the Florida office. Those are the only three offices that do these types of claims, at least right now. And that is a person who has been identified within the VA as having more experience, and they're given a little bit more discretion and flexibility to try to figure out the right answer. It doesn't mean they're going to use their discretion or flexibility to benefit you in a way that they shouldn't, but they have a better grasp on what the law and the regulations permit and require. So they will reevaluate it, and then they'll either grant or deny the claim, or they'll determine that there is what they call a duty to assist error, and then they'll send it back for more development to the VA. Every once in a while, you'll see what's called a difference of opinion decision come out of them, which may also mean a grant or a denial, but for different reasons than the original rater cited in yours. So those are the two most common appeals. The third appeal is an appeal up to the board. Again, another form that you can get right off of the VA's website.